So you're thinking about making a move to Celina, Texas? Well, you came to the right place, because in this video, we're going to cover some of the good and the bad, the pros and cons of living in the very popular Celina, Texas. And you're going to want to stick around because we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current real estate market here in North Dallas. My name is Preston. We get calls and texts and emails from people just like you every single day looking to make a move to North Dallas, or like today, Celina, Texas, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Dallas. So like I said, we're going to be talking about the very, very popular Celina, Texas today. So Celina, Texas is one of the fastest growing communities in all of North Texas. If you haven't heard about it, you soon will, because the growth is astounding. So Celina has a population right now of around the 30,000 people mark. So not really big, but it is expected to grow to 378,000 people over the next decade or so. You heard that right, 378,000 people. The current population of the Frisco area is around 200,000 people. So yes, Celina is supposed to be much larger than Frisco. So if you're one of the people that has recently visited Celina or done some research on some older videos, that may really surprise you, because it looks like a small southern country town right now. When you drive through Celina, you're going to drive past some fields with some cows and things like that. If you haven't seen my vlog video, you will see that in there as well. But it is a small town feel right now, but is going to expect it to be massive. And with all that growth comes a lot of opportunity. So we're going to jump right in it. The first pro of living in Celina, Texas would be the small town feel. So like I said, with all that growth, I'm sure that is expected to go away, but they're going to do their best to keep it the way it is. With all that growth, Celina is a place where everybody knows everybody. Even with the size of it, it just has that great small town feel. Lots of community events, great downtown area, just a small family-friendly type place. If you've got kids, definitely one of the best places to be. So like I said, with that growth, I'm sure that is expected to end at some point, but I know they'll do their best to keep Celina the way it is. And one thing to remember is it is Celina. I know I've spelled it wrong in one of my previous videos. My editor had spelt it S-A-L-I-N-A. That is incorrect. It is C-E-L-I-N-A, and it is Celina. Not Celina, but Celina. So our next pro would have to be safety. Celina is one of the safest communities you can be in. Really, I've never heard of really any crime happening in Celina. I'm sure for those that have lived there for years and years and years, I've heard of something, but it is one of the safest communities around. The crime rate is 70% lower for property crime and violent crime than the national average, 70% lower. So if you're looking for a place to be where safety is really not an issue and they take pride in safety, Celina may be a great option for you. My next pro would have to be the school system. So Celina has an amazing school system of A-rated schools. Right now, there's currently only 6 schools in the area because like I said, it's not a huge, it doesn't have a huge population yet, but with all that growth, they'll be continuing to grow and put more schools in Celina. And the school system continues to get better as the growth continues. You're also going to share school systems with places like Prosper that many of you know about, and they're well known for their school district, but that is starting to venture off into Celina as well. Another pro would have to be the growth opportunity here in Celina. What I mean by that is, with that small town feel and a small population currently, with that new population going to be around that 400,000 people mark at some point. You know, everything around you is going to be brand new. And you're also going to get in at a more affordable price point. We're going to get into the craziness of the market here in a second, but that price point is relative to now. You just got to imagine, like, if you're getting in right now and you think it's expensive, that when that place hits 300,000 people, that you're going to have a ton of appreciation in that home, and then also everything around you is going to be brand new. The average home age in Celina is around the 2017 mark, so pretty much everything around is almost brand new. So if you're somebody looking for a new construction and don't want to deal with the crazy wait lists and everything going on with that, there's always an option to find a home that's less than 5 years old, no problem at all. Now we're going to jump into the cons of Celina, Texas. So with the crazy amount of growth in the areas just south of there, you know, like Prosper, which is literally like 5-6 minutes away from Celina, and then Frisco, which is just south of that, about 10-15 minutes. The prices there have gotten crazy, the bidding wars have gotten crazy, and that has drifted up into the Celina area. And with Celina being a smaller community, there's not a lot of homes on the market. That's true for everywhere around the country. Inventory is down 42% from last year. So when people are trying to get a better deal by going into Celina, just remember they have great school systems and they share with Prosper ISD. So that is going to be an extremely hot and competitive market. And with that becomes the bidding wars, the wait lists on new construction homes, and things like that. So if you're somebody, you know, in the average price point in Celina now, the $400,000, $500,000, even $600,000 range, you have to realize when you see that price of that home, oh, it's $500,000. That is the starting price of that home. That is not the last price of that home. And if you see availability online, just know that that home is probably accounted for. We deal with this because we have team members located all throughout these areas, including myself. And so to combat this, we build relationships with those builders and keep in touch with them, show up at the offices, and do everything we can to help you get into a home faster. And with that, we have lots of experience with putting offers on homes in these areas, and we know what to do and how to get those offers accepted. So if you're having trouble and you're wanting to get in these areas, make sure to give us a call and we will help you out immediately. Another con would probably have to be the entertainment options in Celina. I mean, as far as restaurants, nightlife, and things like that, they do have one incredible downtown that I absolutely love, but I'm a small town guy. That's what I like. But if you're like the nightlife in the Dallas type area and things like that, there's not a lot of options for that, not a lot of commercial going on. But keep in mind, with all that growth, that will eventually come into the Celina area as well. And you do have it just south, the Prosper, Frisco areas as well. And then Dallas is going to be about a 50-minute drive. So if you are commuting from Dallas, it's going to be quite a trip on that Dallas North Tollway, depending on when you leave. So just keep in mind, there's not a lot of options as far as nightlife, but if you have a family and you're not really worried about that type of thing, I think it's an amazing option for you. Another con would have to be with Celina kind of being in a rural setting. You're going to have a lot of these mud and pit taxes in these newer construction neighborhoods. So make sure you ask about those when you're looking in a certain area, and we make sure we can get you those details for you. That's going to be an added tax to the average tax rate in here in the area, about 2.4%. That's going to be an added tax of possibly 1%, depending on the area, the neighborhood, and what they provide. Now, that's not every location, but it's going to be most of these new construction locations in Celina, which is going to increase that tax rate. That just means that these are developmental areas and they're bringing all these amenities and water and gas and everything to these areas, and so they add an extra tax to the homeowners to pay for that. So keep that in mind when you're looking for a house in the Celina area. So that's all I got today for Celina, Texas. I know you probably have many other questions about Celina, Texas. But make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'd be happy to answer all those for you, and I hope to see you around town. Thanks.